I'm seeking re-election to the Board of Education, Post 1. I have 39 years of experience in public education. That's at the middle school and the high school level, as well as 4 years at Emmanuel University, where I taught horticultural science at Emmanuel. I have 3 years experience on the Board of Education. My wife and I attend Zidon Baptist Church, where I serve as a deacon, as a Sunday school superintendent. We also have a small registered cattle operation over in the Sandy Cross community, and I also run and operate a greenhouse, Sandy Cross Greenhouses. And upon graduation from Franklin County High School, I attended first Emmanuel College. We were Emmanuel College at that time, not university. Then to the University of Georgia, where I received my bachelor's degree in education, my master's degree in education, and my educational specialist degree, all from the University of Georgia. And I appreciate if you can support me on May the 21st. Thank you.
Guys, I know you've been sitting here a while, and I hope you can give me a little bit of your attention. Look, I'm not a politician. I'm a family man that I've spent 36 years. I tricked her, but Candace is my wife of 36 years. We have 4 children, all that have either graduated or going through the system right now. Chris McKenzie, who is an employer here, Dee, and then Miley, who is a 9th grader here at the high school right now. I started my career in teaching in commerce. Spent 6 years there, and then was invited home by Jeff Davis to come back to Franklin County, where I grew up. And once we come back here, we built our house, and we've been servants, is the way we like to look at what we've done in our county since then. I taught civics and economics. I would be amiss if I told all those kids all those years how important it was to be involved in their government and in county government if I hadn't have been willing to do the same thing. Over the 20 plus years that I was here, I also coached football, I coached baseball, and finally, something that I didn't think I would ever do, I coached girls softball. And once I did that, it was something that I really enjoyed and was able to pour into for 15 years. But not only did we coach and lead a lot of kids over the years, my wife's always been a partner with me. And we decided to embark on a career with the athletic department and being the athletic director, which put me in contact with Mr. Minyard and all the others.
Thank you. I do want to say, if I know we only have 2 more races, so please, if you will just make sure you give these guys your attention. The next question, I'm going to start with you, Jason. What are your thoughts on school choice, school vouchers, which will allow the parents of a student to determine what school, public, private, home is best for their child?
Dang, that's a tough one. That's worse than all the rest of them, I think, that was offered to our commissioners. Look, I think we ought to be providing a school in Franklin County that the issue of school choice doesn't become an issue. If we're providing a school that we can be proud that our kids are going to, the issue of school choice, look, and I understand that it's taxpayer dollars and that it costs a lot of money for us to provide that public service. But if we're providing a school system that is worthy of our tax dollars, then school choice doesn't become an issue. Now, as far as people being able to come into our county based off school choice, that becomes problematic when you start talking about paying for it. So the question with school choice becomes, yes, I'm for it. but who's going to pay for it? And so with that being said, I really believe that school choice is about us providing the best choice with our taxpayer dollars.
Mr. Minyard, same question for you. What are your thoughts on school choice, school vouchers, which will allow the parents of a student to determine what school, public, private, home is the best for their child?
Okay, the school choice bill, which is Senate Bill 233, came out. I went to the governor's desk. Yesterday. He's been a big proponent of school choice. I have not heard if he signed the bill or not, but what your school must be in the lower 25 percentile of the schools in Georgia for you to be able to draw from this school, to get the school voucher. But the school voucher is $6,500, and that dollar value would draw down from the state funds that's coming to your county. You may not realize it, but about 60% of our funds come from the state, 40% from local. So if we were to be in that situation, it would draw $6,500 down for each student from the funds that's coming from the state. Thank you.
All right, so this will be for you, Gary. Teachers are quitting or retiring early because of the challenges in the classroom with behavior issues, not allowing them to teach those that want to learn. How would you fix this problem?
For being in the classroom for 39 years, I know this can be a challenge, but we must better educate and have better administrative support for these young, especially these young teachers. The first 5 years is extremely challenging, so we need to have more work, more instruction for those students how to handle it, and more support from the administration staff. Thank you.
Jason, same question to you. Teachers are quitting or retiring early because of the challenges in the classroom with behavior issues, not allowing them to teach those that want to learn. How would you fix this?
Well, one of the things, I'm sure you know that there's very little that the Board of Education does besides make policy and being the guardian of the school system. The decisions that we make policy-wise should inspire those within the system. We're losing teachers because of lack of support. And so when we make decisions as a board, as far as policy goes, that should be inspirational to the people that work within. We need to be able to give teachers the ability to teach in their classroom without disruption, which means that our administrators need to know that the board supports them when they take care of those problems. So I would say without, and again, it becomes being the inspiration in our decision-making process so that they feel supported in the classroom. Thank you.
All right, Jason, this one's for you. More teachers are entering the education field with a goal of being in administration rather than those wishing to remain in the classroom. What in your background as an educator will best qualify you to change this trend?
Look, just like Mr. Minyard that's sitting here with me right now, we spent the majority of our time in the classroom. And we spent it with the kids, we spent it with them in the classroom, we spent it with them outside of the classroom in the projects and the coaching that we've done. It's not an easy job to be in the classroom every day. And it goes back to our last question when you say, how do you keep that person in the classroom? How do you keep your best teachers in the classroom and then not going into administration? Look, that's not a bad thing. If our teachers are going into administration, if our good teachers are going into administration, then we do have that support. How do you keep them in the classroom? By being an inspiration to them, by letting them know how important they are, by letting them know that their pay is important. And when it comes down to supporting them, are we supporting their households? And that makes it where people can stay in. Look, the only difference between an administrator and a classroom teacher is the fact that the administrator works more days.
Mr. Gary, this is for you again. More teachers are entering the education field with a goal of being in administration rather than those wishing to remain in the classroom. What in your background as an educator will best qualify you to change this trend?
Again, I think that we need more support from the administration in this area. We need a better bonuses or training in this area that are someone to work with those first-year teachers and to direct them in the path that they should go, what I think would be most efficient.
All right, this is the last question I have for this race. We'll start with you, Mr. Minyard. How do you plan to address the increasingly top-heavy administration of the Franklin County school system? We have more central office staff and in-school administrators than ever before, but the education that children in the Franklin County schools receive has not improved at a commensurate rate.
Okay, most of the staff at the Board of Education, if that's what you're referring to, correct?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay, with the increased amount of federal and reports and things that have to be taken care of at the county office, I don't know of any person over there that's not doing a needed job on that area. Everyone over there is doing a valuable job to the citizens and a very important job to the citizens of Franklin County and to the educators in Franklin County. Thank you.
All right, Jason, for you, how do you plan to address the increasingly top-heavy administration of the Franklin County school system? We have more central office staff and in-school administrators than ever before, but the education that children in the Franklin County schools receive has not improved at a commensurate rate.
Most of this is a state level issue. There's a lot of pots that money comes from to fund the different positions. So if the state says that they're going to give you money for a position, the state is giving you money for that and not necessarily local. There's a lot of different pots that it comes from. So if the state say we qualify for a position, then you would be crazy not to take that position that could better help serve the needs of our students. Now, if we're talking about positions that are not funded by the state, and we're talking about positions that we're funding locally, yes, we need to look at those positions to see if it's positions that we can move those funds into better needed areas. Thank you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys being here again.